Get him. Get him. Hit him with a pose. Yeah. Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy HD here, and welcome to another YouTube video. Today's video is going to be all about fullbacks. Okay, so fullbacks, as in the left backs and the right backs. But before we get into the video, I do want to do a disclaimer really quick. This video, it's my personal opinion and my opinion only. As we know, EA are releasing a lot of cards, a lot of events, and it's really hard to keep track of these cards and keep track of who's good and who's not. So the format of this video is going to be the top 10, but you guys will be getting more than 10 players. So once we get to our top 5 left and right backs, I'm going to be splitting it up. So I'll be giving you guys the top 5 right backs and the top 5 left backs. Do want to find a card that is your budget. I would recommend getting a cheaper version of the cards listed in this video. Not all the versions work out, but majority of them do. All right, you guys, that is enough yapping for me. Without further ado, we're going to get right into the video, starting with our number 10. At number 10, we are going to be starting with our right back. So it is going to be Cafu, the 105 Winter Wonders Cafu. Okay, so he is taking our number 10 spot. Cafu is pretty solid card, going back and forth. So 5-star stamina, 4-star skills. Best trait I would probably say is his recovery. His awareness is pretty good, marking and standing tackle is pretty good, and his strength is also very good, along with the high work rate. Going into his transfer value, he is around 1.6 billion coins, so getting his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 9. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 9 is going to be DeMarco. Okay, so in previous video, I have absolutely discarded this card because he's been pretty mid. Facing this card a lot more. He is taking our number 9 spot for the left back. Okay, so his main attributes I would probably say is his standing tackling as well. So 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skill, 3-star skills. This is the only version of DeMarco I would give our number 9 spot to. All of his previous versions I think are pretty mid. High medium work rate. He's quite offensive as well, and defensively his recovery is not too bad. He is on the smaller side, like 5'9", like I said, is the average height. Looking at his transfer value, getting his rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 8. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 8 is gonna be Zambrotta. Okay, so the ultimate team of the year icon Zambrotta, the 106. I'm giving it the number 8 spot. Does not matter the overall on the cards. It's all about end game performance when it comes to head to head. And I just feel like with Zambrotta having the 4.5-star stamina, 4-star skills, he is a very good card. Don't get me wrong, but I do feel like he is more of a card for versus attack than he is for head to head. Okay. He's still very solid if you have him, high medium work rate, but further down the list I do think there are a lot more better options. So he does have the roulette, dive in the tackle trait, long shot taker, and then his transfer value. For his transfer value, I do not think of course he does have the 5-star weak foot, so he's more of an offensive left back, but I don't think he is worth this price. Do have him and he's performing for you, then continue to use him, but getting his rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 7. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 7 is going to be Frimpong, the 105 rated Frimpong, the ultimate team of the year Frimpong. So 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills. Once again, this card, number 1 thing is his recovery. A downside on this card, so well, 4.5-star stamina is not a downside, 3-star skill is not the downside, but it is going to be his strength. But he does like make it up with his pace. He's one of, if not the fastest right back in the game currently. He does have the high medium work rate, flare trait as well. Pretty solid right back. Going into his transfer value, he is about 1.6 bill, so getting his rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 6. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 6, we're going to give it to Raul Bellanova. Okay, so again, this card absolutely came out of nowhere, but now that I've seen his gameplay a lot more, I haven't used this card, but I've played against him and seen more of his gameplay. Yeah, he's pretty solid at the right back position. So 6'2", stamina is 4 stars, so 4.5 would have been nice. The 2-star skills, again, with your left and right backs, you're not really, unless you are looking for an attacking left or right back, then I would stay away from this card. He does have the defending trait that gives the plus 18 instead of plus 15. One of his best attributes would be his strength and standing tackle, along with his awareness. He's very good, always in the right spot pretty much. And then he does have the medium high work rate. Going into his transfer value, he's one of the cheaper cards, obviously because he's a 105, but getting his rank 5 is an absolute must. You can get his rank 4, but preferably his rank 5. 5. Now moving on to our top 5. So top 5 is where we're now going to split up the groups. We're going to do our top 5 left backs and our top 5 right backs. We're going to be starting with the left backs, starting with our number 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 for the left back is going to be Garvadio. Okay, so Winter Wonders Garvadio is still his best version yet. He is the cheapest version as well, so he is taking the number 5 spot. Obviously, if he had a better card or a higher rated card, he might probably be higher up the list, but this card is still very meta, still one of the best cards in the game. 4.5 star stamina, 3-star skills, and then his recovery, his strength, and his standing tackle are all his best attributes. Going into his traits, he does have the high work rate, long passer, long shot taker, and power hitter. He's one of the only left and right backs, fullback that has power header. Going into his transfer value, obviously he's very much affordable, so getting his rank 5 is an absolute must. Now going into our number 4 for the left backs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 for left back. Now this card once again is not for everyone, so if you don't like your left or right back to be 5'6", I wouldn't really be running with Roberto Carlos, but he is a very good left back. Not only is he one of the higher rated left backs in the game, but this version just has the skill move upgrade, the stamina, so 4.5 star. So this version has high, I believe. I don't know which one of his other versions have the high, but I would recommend only getting the versions with the high and the skill move upgrade. So he does have the long thrower, powerful driven free kick, long shot taker, outside of the foot shot. One of his best attributes is his recovery, so he's one of the faster left backs in the game, probably the fastest left back in the game. And then his standing tackle and awareness, being in the right spot at the right time, he's very good at that. Going into a downside, obviously he is 5'6", and then his strength as well. But in game, I don't know why Roberto Carlos has so much strength. He can take anyone off the ball. But yeah, I would say his height will probably be his only downside. Going into his transfer value, as being one of the highest rated cards in game, a 107, he's very expensive. So if you pack this card and he's in your inventory somewhere, or you are a whale and you're wondering if you should use him or not, the answer is absolutely yes. So using his rank 4 or rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 3 for the left back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 3 for the left back is going to be none other than Hato. Okay, so this card, 6 foot, he just spells broken. I've used him at left back and I've used him at center back. He also has the defending, the plus 18 on the defending instead of plus 15. 6 foot, 4-star stamina. Again, 4.5 star stamina would have gone a long way. Going into his attributes, obviously his pace is one of the best things about the card. His awareness, being in the right spot at the right time, and his strength. He's very good at recovering, medium high work rate, and then going into his transfer value, again, he's very much affordable, so getting his rank 4, preferably his rank 5, would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 for our left back position is going to be none other than Theo Hernandez. Okay, so this is the ultimate team of the year, 105 Theo Hernandez, 5-star stamina, 4-star skills. Yeah, again, he's up there with Roberto Carlos as one of the quickest left backs in the game. Theo's recovery, again, being tall, his strength is a really good thing about him. Going into his traits, he does have the high medium work rate. Again, I'm not against fullbacks having high medium work rate, but a lot of fullbacks currently are having the high work rate. I just find it to be more suitable. But this Theo is still very broken. I believe his lesser version, some of them does have the high work rate, so if you can't afford this one, I recommend to use his lesser versions. Long thrower, early crosser, and long shot taker as well. Going into his transfer value, again, with high overall comes great respawn or high prices. This is what I meant to say. But getting his rank 4, preferably his rank 5, would be the best way to go. So now we're going to be moving into our number 1 for our left back position. For the number 1 spot, there is going to be 2 cards. So in our number 1 spot, we're going to do Ferland Mendy and men like Nuno Mendes, the 106 the Champions League version. So we're going to start with Nuno Mendes. Okay, so you can obviously use previous cards of his, but his last card that he got is so low rated. And I'm really glad they gave him an updated card. So 4.5 star stamina, 3-star skills. I have used his previous versions. Absolutely love this card. He's so good, man, especially going forward, and also his recovery is very good. So he has the awareness, he has the strength, and he's pretty tall, so 5'11", medium high worker as well. Usually his cards will have high medium, but medium high is very good. So he's an absolute unit of a card. Going into his traits, he doesn't really have any traits, which is a downside on his card, but I don't really care. Transfer value, if you're wondering if he's good or not, absolutely yes. Getting his rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. And taking a look at Ferland Mendy, I do hope he gets an updated card. This guy, he's one of the best or the most consistent left back in game. You can use any of his previous version and they do perform pretty well. So 5-star stamina, 4-star skills. Going into his attributes, his pace, his strength. Again, it shows that he has 98, but trust me guys, in game he has a lot of strength. He's very, very good. 5-star weak foot. So this card is good for both head-to-head and versus attack. High work rate as well. He's just an all-around unit. Being a 104, I would say getting his rank 5 is an absolute must. Looking at his transfer value, about 1.2 mil, so getting his rank 5 preferably is a must. All right guys, now we're going to be moving to the right back, so starting with our number 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 5 for the right back is going to be Lilian Thuram. Like I said, I know he has a center back version. If you do have that center back version, it is up to you to run it at right back if you want to. But this Thuram card is the anniversary 103, still very, very good. Again, due to overall reasons, a lot of you are not going to use this card, but for those who can afford him, I would recommend. 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills, one of the best right backs in the game. I would say he's so annoying. He has the pace, his recovery is very good, super strong on the ball. Going into his traits, he does have the medium high work rate, dive into tackle trait, and then going into his transfer value. So honestly, being a 103, a rank 5 is an absolute must. Now we're going to be moving into our number 4. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 4 for the right back position is going to be none other than 105 Trophy Titan Maicon. 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills. Again, this is the only Maicon card that I'm going to be talking about. His previous versions are very, very sucky to me. 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills, like I've already said. High work rate, early crosser, launch shot taker outside of the foot. His best attributes will be his strength, his recovery, and his standing tackle. Going into his transfer value, he is a bit on the medium range price side. Okay, so high price would probably 3+ bill. So getting his rank 4, preferably his rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 3 is going to be Jules Koundé. Okay, so I obviously I have used his previous versions, and then I'm very interested in this one. I've seen his gameplay, absolute unit of a card, so broken, great recovery. The fact that he can also play center back, great. 4-star stamina, 3-star skills. His stamina shouldn't really be a problem. Koundé is just amazing, you guys. His recovery is one of the best. For being 5'11", he's super strong. His standing tackle is really good, so medium high worker as well. Has the dive into tackle trait. He can play center back too, so if you need him for center back, you can absolutely use him there. Very versatile. Going into his transfer value, he is around 2 billion coins, so getting his rank 4, preferably his rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 2 for the right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 is going to be Carlos Alberto. Okay, so the 107 Ultimate Team of the Year icon card. So 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills, all around great card. This is the card that I currently have, and I currently use on my versus attack team. I'm starting to use him in head-to-head as well, but since I run 3 out the back, I mostly put him at center back. His marking, standing tackle, awareness are all very, very good, along with his strength being absolutely broken. Going into his traits, he does have the high medium work rate. Now that isn't a problem at all for me, but again, if you're looking for a more defensive fullback, then Carlos Alberto is just not the guy for you. Early crosser, long passer, long shot taker. Going into his transfer value, he's a bit more on the expensive side, so getting his rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. Now moving on to our number 1. So for the number 1 spot, once again, we have 2 cards, and it just comes down to personal preference, but they're both very, very good cards. That is going to be the 107 Champions League Dumfries and the 107 Neon right back Kyle Walker. We're going to be talking about Kyle Walker. So Kyle Walker, obviously, great card. I would recommend his previous versions if you cannot afford this one. Super quick with his recovery, 6 foot, 4.5-star stamina, 3-star skills, up and down the pitch, medium high work rate, so he's more defensive but he's also offensive, so the medium high work rate just makes him a little bit more defensive. Long thrower trait, transfer value around 4 bills. So if you're wondering if this card is good or not, or if you should claim him from the Neon event that's going to be over shortly, the answer is absolutely yes, you can. Rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. All right, also going into our Denzel Dumfries, okay, absolute unit of a card. This is another card that I'm very interested in. 4.5-star stamina, so he's more defensive. Going into his trades, he has the high work rate. Although he does have the high work rate, he's more defensive than offensive. And then his strength, marking, standing tackle, and recovery are his best traits. It's very hard to go one-on-one or run side to side with this card and not lose the ball. So he is 6'2", super strong, probably the strongest right back in the game currently. And if you're wondering if you should claim him or not from the Champions League event, absolutely yes. Getting his rank 4 or his rank 5 would be the best way to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, while making this video, I realized I did make an error. So if you did make it this far into the video, I'm gonna review my error now. I have honestly forgotten about the Reese. I believe it's Reese, how you say his name. I've honestly forgotten about this card. I did have him on my list, but I just didn't notice him in time. So for the left back, I'm also going to put Reese at our number 1 spot. So we're going to have 3 number 1s, to be honest. I do have this card. I currently run him at center back. When I did try 4 at the back and ran him, he's insane. He's absolutely insane. So yeah, great card. 5-star stamina, 3-star skills. And then his pace would probably be one of my downsides on him, but again, he is still very quick for a card that's 6'2". But compared to other cards out there, left back cards, he's not, he's not up to their pace, but he's still very quick, still very good recovery wise. And then his standing tackle, his strength, okay, his standing tackle and his strength would be one of his best attributes. High work rate, long throw drive, powerful low driven free kick, early crosser, and long shot taker. Being 107, obviously he's going to be super expensive. So if you're wondering if you should claim him or not, the answer is absolutely yes. This card is not an honorable mention. He is part of the number 1 for the left back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this video, for our left and right, our fullback video actually. So if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And if you do enjoy content like this one, make sure to check out this video next.